Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Purchase Broadcast Studios. I'm your host, Camille Arias-Rojas. This afternoon, we discuss President Trump's unacceptable and defiant views on banning people from the trans community who are willing to be involved on sports teams on college campuses regarding their pronouns and individuality. We encourage many individuals of either the LGBTQ and trans community to have ability to try out for any team that they're interested in. Our news team has gotten the opportunity to elaborate more on the topic with a few students, including a professor around SUNY Purchase, about their insights and impacts on the matter by asking the question, how do you feel about our current president's views on trans rights in sports? And this is what each of them had to say. Take a look at this.
I think all of the root of his executive orders and statements and opinions is hatred and discrimination. And specifically within the context of sports, the entire national organization for sports and like the NCAA, there's only around like 10 registered trans people currently active in sports in these spheres, and I think it's a massive witch hunt.
It does feel like he is specifically targeting trans individuals and making it harder for them to exist peacefully in our society.
It can only hurt people. Yeah, I know it's a very decisive issue in the sports world and the political world in general. You know, it's become such a political topic. But yeah, I just think it's just all he can bring is hate, and that does no one any.
Although it doesn't impact me, I very, very, very strongly disagree with everything that man is doing right now. Everything, like across the board, especially with trans people and LGBTQ. Like, I think a lot of us, especially here, can relate to that sentiment. Like, it's just very disgusting and like dehumanizing trans people, like, you know, immigrants, everything. I know it's kind of unrelated to the question, but it's just very, very strongly what I feel, and I feel like we all need to have a conversation about everything going on, you know?
I mean, as like a cis-presenting non-binary person, not at all, except that, you know, tons of my friends are trans, tons of my students are trans, and so leaving aside the question of, you know, trans people competing in sports, school, competitive, otherwise, the Trump administration's efforts to erase trans people is deeply disturbing.